Most successful entrepreneurs don't wake up early to work harder. In fact, the 5 a.m. grind myth is actually hurting most people more than it helps them. You've seen the videos of gurus plunging into ice baths and running marathons before sunrise, but the reality of high-level performance is far less cinematic and far more scientific. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what actually matters before 8 a.m., backed by the latest findings in neuroscience and behavioral psychology. This isn't about self-discipline for the sake of suffering. It's about biological optimization, and pay close attention to the final habit we discuss, because it explains why two people can wake up at the exact same time, perform the same tasks, and yet only one of them ends up building a fortune while the other remains stuck in the middle class. Before we dive into the specific habits, we need to address the stakes. This isn't just another video about productivity habits, this is a survival guide for your cognitive resources. Modern neuroscience has proven that your morning determines how much willpower you have left by noon. If you waste your mental energy on the wrong things early in the day, you are essentially trying to run a marathon with an empty tank. We are looking at research from decision fatigue experts and behavioral psychologists who study the elite 1%. They've discovered that successful entrepreneurs protect their brain chemistry with the same ferocity that they protect their capital. If you want to move from being a busy person to a high achiever, you must understand that your morning is a battlefield for your focus. Let's start with the one thing successful entrepreneurs never do when they first open their eyes. The first fundamental habit of the elite is that they delay input. Specifically, they avoid the phone and the news for at least the first 30 to 60 minutes of their day. To understand why, we have to look at dopamine hijacking. When you check your email or scroll through social media the moment you wake up, you are forcing your brain into a reactive state. Your cortisol levels, which are naturally high in the morning to help you wake up, spike even further when you see a stressful headline or a demanding work message. This creates a state of attention residue, a scientific term for when your thoughts are stuck on a previous task or piece of information, preventing you from fully focusing on the next one. Successful entrepreneurs understand that once you let the world into your head, your own goals become secondary. Instead of being the architect of their day, the average person becomes a firefighter, reacting to everyone else's needs. By delaying input, you allow your brain to transition from the theta brainwave state of sleep into the alpha and beta states of focused alertness naturally. This period of zero input is where the best ideas are born, because your mind is free to wander without the digital noise of the internet screaming for your attention. This leads directly into habit number 2. Successful entrepreneurs protect cognitive energy, not just time. There is a massive misconception that productivity is about time management. It isn't. It's about energy management. Every choice you make, from what shirt you wear to what you eat for breakfast, drains a tiny bit of your prefrontal cortex's fuel. This is known as decision fatigue. Behavioral science shows that our ability to make high-quality decisions degrades throughout the day. This is why you see people like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg wearing the same outfit every day. It's not a fashion statement, it's a cognitive strategy. They automate the mundane so they can save their decision units for things that actually generate revenue. Before 8 a.m., a successful entrepreneur has already eliminated as many choices as possible. Their clothes were picked the night before, their breakfast is the same every day, and their schedule is already set. They aren't spending energy wondering what to do, they're using that energy to actually do it. If you are debating whether or not to hit the gym while you're lying in bed, you've already lost the battle. The goal is to make the first 2 hours of your day a frictionless slide toward your most important work. But protecting energy still doesn't explain why some people feel unstoppable by 9 a.m. while others are still on their third cup of coffee. That brings us to habit number 3. They trigger momentum early. In psychology, there is a concept called progress dopamine. We often think we need motivation to start a task, but the science shows that motivation actually follows action. When you achieve a small win early in the morning, your brain releases a small burst of dopamine that makes you want to achieve the next thing. This is why the make your bed advice is so popular, but successful entrepreneurs take it a step further. They don't just do chores, they engage in one meaningful task or one uncomfortable action before 8 a.m. This might be writing a difficult email, reviewing a complex contract, or outlining a new project. The key is that it must be a lead measure, something that actually moves the needle on their long-term goals. Contrast this with the average person who spends their morning being busy but not productive. Checking off 100 tiny meaningless tasks feels good in the moment, but it doesn't build momentum. High achievers prioritize the one big thing because they know that if they win the morning, they've already won the day. However, habit has 4 traps even well-meaning people. Fake productivity is avoided. Trying to better your life may relate to this pain point the most. Fake productivity is fancy procrastination that looks like work, journaling for 2 hours, listening to 3 self-improvement podcasts while exercising, or color coding a digital planner for an hour are examples. Science shows that task switching and over-planning are cognitively costly. Successful entrepreneurs follow one output before consumption. They must create something valuable before consuming a podcast, book chapter, or news piece. This removes the illusion of progress of reading about business and feeling educated while your firm stagnates. Real work is uncomfortable. It takes hard work and concentration. If your morning routine is overly comfy and lifestyle focused, it may not make you rich. The top know that mornings are for producing, not optimizing into paralysis. Habit 5, the true separator, follows. The routine's most critical step. Before the day, they choose identities. These are identity-based behavior sciences. Most people get up and assess their mood before choosing a personality. Exhausted, they slumber. Stressed workers skip work. Successful entrepreneurs don't motivate themselves since it's transitory. Morning identity preparation. Your brain's reticular activating system, not manifesting or positive thinking, is involved. After 5 minutes of deciding, I am the type of person who stays calm under pressure, or I am an elite closer, people train their brain to look for evidence of that identity all day, saying, what would the $10 million version of me do first? Eventually, this builds. Consistently becoming your ideal self before 8 a.m. helps your subconscious accept it. This habit is why 2 people can wake up and perform the same things, but the one who masters their identity wins. Being someone, not just doing things. A reality check is due. See benefits without doing all 5 of these things flawlessly every day. The anti-guru part. The internet claims that missing your 4 a.m. wake-up call means you failed at life. That's absurd. Successful businesses know the minimum effective dose. Even a 30-minute routine is better than none. If you have kids that wake up at 6 a.m., work a night shift, or aren't a morning person by nature, you may still use these ideas. The morning is the first 2 hours of your day. Science says to delay input, protect energy, trigger momentum, prevent faux productivity, and prime your identity whether you wake up at 5 or 10 a.m. Don't let perfection hinder growth. You can win if you can only turn off your phone for 15 minutes tomorrow. Instead of social media cinematography, aim for consistency. To make things easier, let's break everything down into a 3-step morning routine for tomorrow. There will be no input first. Keep your phone and the news out of your reach until you have been awake for a quarter of an hour. There is only one output. Take on a challenging assignment or one that will help you move closer to your major goal, the option of one's identity.